So I think we can start a session now. Students will join in between. I will admit them. So basically, first of all, good evening to all of you. So today's session is regarding opportunities in abroad for masters from this GATE score. Okay, so GATE score is basically equivalent to GRE score in some of the universities. Right now, in world, like there are 5 universities who are accepting GATE score instead of GRE score. So two are in Singapore, NTU Singapore and NUS Singapore. Two universities are in Germany, so that is TU Munich and RWTH. And recently, Cranfield University in UK, they also started admitting students through GATE score. Okay, so GATE is one thing is GATE is equivalent to GRE. Okay, so you can't compare GATE exam with IELTS and TOEFL because IELTS and TOEFL, they are proficient English proficiency exam. They are different. IELTS and TOEFL are comparable, but this GATE and IELTS is not comparable. Okay, you can't compare both the exam. Maybe in some universities GATE or GRE is not required, but IELTS or TOEFL is required. So you have to understand it very clearly, first of all. Okay, and the second thing is, so how much GATE score you need, you can ask Saurabh sir whatever questions you have, any opportunities after masters in NTU Singapore. So Saurabh sir will answer each and every question. Okay, and yeah, you can start. So first question is from my side to Saurabh sir. Saurabh sir, can you explain like how many type of masters courses are there in NTU Singapore? Can you start with that? Yeah.
See, actually in NTU and NUS there are two types of masters. One is by masters by coursework, that is known as MSc here, and another is the masters by research, that people call it MSR or it's engineering, ME. So if you want to get into masters by coursework, so for that it's very easy, like very easily you can get into that. For that you only need to have the IELTS score. Their GRE and the GATE scores are not required for that. But one of the thing to keep in mind, like you need to pay the fees. You won't get any scholarship if you want to get into masters by coursework. So that's one of the criteria over there. After that, if you want to get into masters by research, or that is engineering, so that is a bit difficult. Because they mostly prefer people from, like 80% of the seats are mostly for the Singaporean or the local people. So you need to fight for the 20% seats only. So the seats are less, but yeah, people get. It's not that people don't. People get. Like a lot of Indians are there who is in masters by research. So for that you need to have the GRE or the GATE scores, and apart from that, apart from the GATE and GRE, you need to have IELTS score or TOEFL. So any of them. And in that you need to have a research background, or you need to contact the professors under whom you want to do the research. So these all things you need to do if you want to get into masters by research, and
So
for that you will
actually,
get scholarship. Yeah, at most you will get 30% scholarship.
okay. So I want to add one point here. You need to understand this terminology very clearly because in US and Canada, M engineering is somewhat different. M engineering is similar to MS by coursework in Singapore. So if you are doing only courses throughout your masters in US and Canada, it is called M engineering. Okay, but in Singapore, it's opposite. So yeah, if students have any question, you can unmute yourself and you can ask. Yes, Karthik, you have any question?
Sir, I joined a couple of minutes late. So could you please just brief me about the points you have discussed so that the questions do not overlap?
Okay, so he just explained about two type of master's courses in Singapore. One is master's by coursework. In that, basically, you don't have to do research. You have to do courses only for 1 year. This is 1 year course. Okay, if you want to go in job market, this is very good course, master's by coursework. But you will not get scholarship in that. Admissions are easy. Then in this one, basically, GATE or GRE score is also not required. So this is masters by coursework. Second thing is masters by research. That is sort of, I believe, 2 years course, right?
Yeah, exactly. The first year you will have to go through the courses, and for the second year you will do the research work and all.
Yeah, so in this course, basically you will get scholarship, and the other thing is like this is competitive because only 20% seats are there for international students. So if you want scholarship, this course are competitive. So this is what we explained right now. If you have any other question, you can ask. I have a lot of questions, but I want you to ask first, then I will ask Saurabh sir.
Sir, this 1 year coursework, am I audible, sir, first?
Yeah, sure,
Yes,
sure.
yes, you're right.
Yes. This 1 year coursework, so this is equivalent to MTech in India.
Yeah, you can say that.
So this 1 year courses are basically I see in Singapore, and this is in UK also. This is equivalent to MTech, what we call
Yeah.
in India MTech. But in India, basically MTech is of 2 years. Here it is for 1 year, and this is basically job-oriented course. If you are interested in jobs after masters, so this is the best courses. So you can join this course in Cranfield University of Manchester. There are also these type of courses are there for 1 year. Okay, so yeah, it's true. Like this is equivalent to MTech in India.
The equivalent to MTech or the postgraduate diploma.
No, it's equivalent
Uh,
to MTech. It's not
it's
postgraduate
equivalent to
diploma.
MTech. This is master's degree. This is not diploma. So
Yeah.
in Canada, if you're talking about PG diploma, that courses are different. That is not masters. That is diploma courses. But this is master's course. Okay.
Understood, sir. And what kind of job markets are targeted through these kinds of courses?
Yeah, Saurabh sir, this is question for you. So, what kind of jobs generally students will get after this one?
See, whatever domain you want to get into, you can get. And a lot of companies visit over in NUS as well as in NTU. So you can like you can submit your interest, and they will look for your background and all. Accordingly, they will provide you the job. And there are a lot of companies like whichever, if you want to get into manufacturing, you like Global Foundries are there. They recruit manufacturing engineers. And if you want to go for computer sciences or IT field, so there are n number of companies in that. And a lot of companies are there regarding consultant. They hire a lot of engineers, and if you want to go into that field, you can go over there as well. And the best part is that they will get a very high package if you want to go into consulting. So that's one of the things.
So yeah, last week I get chance to talk to one of the professor in Cranfield University. So in this course, like 1 year course in Cranfield University, he told me like once you get this course, basically you have couple of choices. So if you want to do work in heat transfer side, if let us say if you're from mechanical, then there is one set of curriculum you have to follow and one type of project you have to do. So again, it depends on you in which job market you want to go. Okay, so accordingly you have to select your courses and select your project in this one. Okay, so yeah,
What is the fee
any other
structure in
question?
this 1 year course?
Sorry.
Fee structure in the 1 year
Yeah,
course.
fee structures or also, do you have any idea?
Fee structure, actually the fee structure is based on the like uh, if you talk about Singapore now, this the entire coursework has to be completed like in the minimum span of 1 year and a maximum span of 2.5 years. So it's not about like if you have to submit a semester fee. It's according to the number of courses how many you take. So it's like that, and mostly people take 5 courses. For 5 courses, it's around 19k SGD. So in Indian rupees, it converts into 11 lakh rupees. 11
So
trillion.
in Cranfield University for this 1 year course, fees is around 20 lakh. So they will provide
11
some
lakh for one
scholarship.
semester. So for 2 semesters, it's 11,
Oh,
22 lakh.
yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. So I think it's similar. So it's similar in Cranfield also. In UK, like it costs you around 22 lakh, and they will give you some scholarship if you already have gate score and your profile is good. They will give you some scholarship in Cranfield. I'm not sure about NTU, but in
Uh,
Cranfield they give
so
you.
you won't get any scholarship if you want
Okay,
to get into masters by coursework.
so this is
In these
different in
1 year
NTU.
courses, the return of investment is there or not?
Yeah, obviously,
Obviously, yes.
you should not think about that.
Okay,
Like
because
there,
what
uh,
happened? What happened? Like you have to spend 22 lakh. In UK, you will get a 2 year stay visa after that. If you are doing job after this, okay, which is very easy actually. If you are a serious master student, you will easily get job. So once you get job, you will get very highly paid. in INR, like it's very high because you are getting in pounds or Singapore in dollars. So it's actually very high, and you can easily repay your loan. This I am right now currently I am in USA, so I see here students take 45 lakh loan, and they can easily repay after their masters, okay, by themselves. So don't worry about return on investment. It is very high. Don't put a burden on your family. Just go for education loan. I think 1 or 2 year its interest rate is not high, and by that time you will get jobs, internships, and you can easily repay that.
And one good thing is in NTU that if you want to go for some internship or if you want to do for some work under some professors, so you will get the $500 per month. So in that you can easily manage your expenses, monthly expenses in fact. So if you're taking a loan of like for the entire college fees, let's say for around like if you take the loan of 22 lakh rupees, so that you can easily pay in around 2 years in fact after working over here. Like you can easily get a like package of around 36 lakh or more than that, because people easily get like 6,000 getting $6,000 per month is very easy.
And then
That's the average
brief-
package.
if you know the process about how to apply this, if you can brief about the process.
Okay,
Like-
so sir, like what documents we need to generally apply in these courses?
And when's the generally the last date of
Okay,
applying?
deadlines.
Last
Deadlines.
date is 31st July for January intake.
For January intake, 31st July.
Yeah. Before
Yeah.
that, you need to have your IELTS score with you, because
Yes.
IELTS score is
And-
required and letter of recommendation is required. So you need to have 2 letter of recommendation from your professors, or from in like some if you have worked in some industry, so you can also get the letter of recommendation from them, or
Transcripts also.
yeah, you need to have your transcript, the entire mark sheet and all. But
Yeah.
SOP is not required in this case. If you
So,
need to go for a master.
Masters by coursework, SOP is not required. Masters by research, SOP is required.
Yeah, it's required.
So, yeah. And there is some application fees also. Can you tell about that, sort of, sir?
The application fees is like including the taxes is around 110 SGD. So that sums to around 6,900 or something approximately, like less than 7,000.
But this masters by coursework is very easy to get.
Yep.
If you have very normal profile also, you can apply and you will easily get, because you have to pay the fees. And most students, they are basically skeptical about this 1 year course, but believe me, Saurabh sir is there. I am observing Cranfield very closely. Students are getting very good jobs after this one. So main purpose is getting a job after masters, and that purpose is fulfilled after this one. So you can
What
go
would you
if your
suggest to a
profile-
student getting an IIT right now and taking this 1 year master's coursework at Singapore University or Cranfield University? Which one would be better?
So it depends on your career goal, whatever you want to pursue. I'll say NTU Singapore has branding with itself. Obviously, like it has a lot of branding. And it depends. Like if you don't want to go away from your family, if you want to work in India in the last, then I will say go for IITs. Okay, if you want to be in corporate and want to be in India, go for IITs. If you have plans to go for PhD or work abroad, then I'll say like this NTU Cranfield, it will give you a brand. And after that, if you want to go for PhD, you can go for top 20 universities. From IITs, it's a little bit challenging. You can go in top 20, it depends on what type of work you are doing, but you'll get a lot of branding from these universities. So it depends on your career, like what career you want to pursue. It's a very subjective question. Okay.
So what is
If you
the
want to earn a lot of money, you can like think of getting out of India. So
Mhm.
that's another thing. And apart from that, obviously you will get a lot of opportunities. And the best part is that the competition is very less over here. So it's very easy to get into, like if you try to get placed in your college or in India. So there were a lot of students, like if you talk about there are 100 students and only like 5 companies visit over here. But the thing in NTU is like that, like the number of students is around 500 and almost 500 companies visit over here. So the
So
thing,
companies
think about
would
the
be
ratio.
for Singapore placing only or overall across the world?
A lot of companies send they may send you outside Singapore as well. So it's not
The
only
opportunities in Singapore are not limited.
what
There is not like we will get opportunities in Singapore only, or we can get opportunities across.
you can get
You get,
opportunities abroad as well.
yeah, both in
Yeah.
Singapore as well as abroad. Obviously, opportunities in Singapore are more, but you can get abroad also. Okay,
And sir, for
other,
this course, like how much CGPA or like from Indian standard or for how much GATE score we should have for this?
They prefer taking CGPA for students, like they prefer students who have a CGPA for more than 8. So it's preferred, but it's not said that if you don't have a CGPA more than 8, you won't get. If you have a good research background or good some research work experience, so they will prefer you. Like they may give you a chance.
Sir, if I'm having a 9.1 CGPA according to Indian standard and having a GATE score of like less GATE score 438 and working experience of 1 year. Like this year, it will be 1 year completed after 1 month. So can I have a chance over there, like in both the universities or anywhere?
Yeah, sure. Like if you so what are you targeting for? You're targeting for master's by coursework or master's by research?
I'm not interested in research right now, but
Okay.
in future I can go for that because here also like I'm getting some PhD calls from IITs, but like currently I'm thinking of doing masters first, then like will shift towards that after 2 years, because I can, according to the situation, I can also go to the job market first, then I am like not clear about that. So after like 1 year of masters like that, I'll be taking those steps like for
Okay.
going for PhDs or not. So
Fine.
basically, I don't want to go for like research now.
Okay. So if you want to go for master's by coursework, very easily you can get that. You don't need you can do one thing. You can skip entering your GATE scores because you have a good CGPA. So that will add a value to your application. So you can skip entering your GATE score, and with your CGPA, you will have a very good chance. And your work experience also adds a value to that. So you will
yeah.
get very, don't worry.
So Jiten, like if you have, this is for every student. If you have very good CGPA in bachelor's, there are a lot of options because CGPA has first preference when graduate committee is selecting you. CGPA has the most weightage. Okay, if you have good CGPA, I am very sure like you will get this master's by coursework in NTU Singapore. Apart from that, you can try in Germany, US, Canada. There also you have chance if you have good CGPA. So last year, students enrolled with Europedia. They have, if someone has CGPA of 9 or more, they basically get into top 20 universities. So I'll say like you can try other universities also. You have a lot of options. Okay, forget about GATE score. Don't enter your GATE score for masters by
Exactly.
course. Not required.
Don't enter your GATE scores and with your CGPA, because people in this graduate application shortlisting criteria, they prefer taking the higher CGPA students.
Yep.
Regarding that teaching assistantship and research assistantship, is it easy to avail in NTU for master's coursework?
See,
I
for
mean,
master. Okay.
in IITs, it's already there. Now, if you clear the GATE score, they will give you directly TA and.
Okay.
But for NTU, how to avail that facility? Is it difficult or?
See, you won't get any teaching assistantship or stipend if you will be getting into master's by coursework, that is MSc. But if you'll get into M engineering, that is master's by research, for that you will get a stipend of 1900 SGD. That sums to around like 90,000 or something like that. So that you will get, but for that you need to go through a lot of shortlisting criteria. Like you need to have a GATE score of more than 90%, 90 percentile, and after that, yeah, you need to contact the professor. Like I want to do research under you, so then only like you will get selected. So there are a lot of criteria.
I think
Also,
Piyush, one thing you have to understand. So in India, as soon as you clear the GATE exam, you will get scholarship from MHRD. But in abroad, it's not like that. It's only your professor who's giving the scholarships. Okay, so you actually have to earn it. If you have something good in your profile, then only they will going to give you these things.
Yeah.
Okay.
yep. And also regarding there is one university called Technical University of Munich
Munich.
that also accepts gate score. But there they have mentioned that if you have done your BTech in English and you have a document that states that you have done your BTech thesis in English, we don't require IELTS score. So is
Yes,
this
that's
also
true.
applicable in NTU?
This is also actually in the application brochure. They write this. They accept the mark sheet. Like if you have done your courses in English, so they don't require the English proficiency test. But that may be a bet for you, because when they have a plenty of applications now, so they shortlist, like they put some criteria and shortlist on that. So those people who have submitted their I score, they prefer them. So you may, like, there is possibility that you
Yeah.
may, your application may get rejected because of that.
So
So
these are
they
hidden
early-
criteria which they will not disclose, but they
Exactly.
can reject your application on the basis of that.
Exactly.
But in TU Munich, like I know, last year one student went there from Europedia and he didn't submit IELTS or GATE score. Similarly, in Cranfield also for your admission, it is not required IELTS and TOEFL. But this depends from university to university.
In
Okay.
NTU, like people prefer,
Yeah.
they prefer students having I score. So if you're applying
What
for NTU, don't do this.
what
Okay,
are the
okay.
courses in NTU for masters in coursework? Like on their site, it is visible Master of Mass Communication, Public Administration, Applied Economics, Germanatology, and I'm not seeing any engineering courses available in there, which can be like there is for computer science students, information and system,
Okay.
and knowledge management is there. So, what kind of courses should we select as a civil engineer?
Actually, in NTU, there is a school of civil and environmental engineering. So go on the website of that school, you will get the courses they prefer, like they offer.
Master of Coursework,
Yeah.
specifically in civil and environmental engineering side. On their
Yeah.
side only, it would be
Yeah,
visible.
yeah, exactly. On that particular school website, you need to go to the website of the School of Civil and Environmental Engineering. There you will get the like name of the courses they offer in Masters by Coursework.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, hi, good evening.
Good
So,
evening.
actually, my CGPA is quite less, like 7.89.
Okay.
So, what are the steps now I should take to make my chances more prominent?
7.89 is not less, by the way,
Exactly.
in bachelor's. Yeah.
Okay.
I have CGPA of 7.2 and I'm in US, so obviously you can go somewhere better. So 7.89 is not less,
Not good, not bad.
terrible. Yeah.
Okay. So, what are like before applying? What all should I have to make my chances even better for selection? What are the steps I should take? A brief idea.
You are looking for masters, right?
Yeah, like anything that can make my present better. Right
Okay.
now I'm clueless about what to do.
Okay. I think Rahul sir can give you a lot of idea about this.
Yeah, so first of all, this master's by coursework, you can directly apply. If you have 7.89, it's sufficient enough to get this thing. So I'll say, like, you can try in Cranfield, you can try in this NTU Singapore, try in TU Munich also. So other things along with that, TU Munich require SOP. So there you have to write a good SOP. Okay. NTU Singapore, they don't need SOPs and all. I mean, like, if you directly apply, if you have that sufficient funds, you can get in NTU Singapore. Okay. And Cranfield also same thing. Like, you have to write SOP. I mean, like, on the basis of SOP, they will give you scholarship. Otherwise, admission directly they will give you. Okay, on the basis of your credential. So a main thing I'll say, write a good SOP that has some weightage in the admission criteria. And for TU Munich, Germany colleges, they ask you to write one essay, also technical essay. So
Okay.
write that essay, and believe me, like don't think your credentials are bad.
Mhm.
Just apply to different universities. Students are getting even at very low credentials, like 65% in BTech, 300 gate score, 302 gate score. Sorry,
Okay.
this GRE score, and they are into TU Munich colleges like that. So masters is little bit easy to get in abroad because you are paying your fees. Okay, so.
Mhm.
Just whatever you're submit it in good format, like write a good SOP, prepare a good CV, and just
Mhm.
apply. You will get and meet the deadlines. Obviously, that is very, very important.
Okay,
Okay.
and my SOP, it should be very specific to the research I want to do there,
Uh,
or
no, it depends. Like if you are going for masters by coursework, you have to justify why you are taking that course. So whatever courses are there in that curriculum,
Mhm.
just mention somewhere like I'm interested in these type of courses. I worked in this. I want to work in this type of industry, and just
Mhm.
correlate them. Okay, so it would be good. And write your personal experiences in your SOP. That would be better. Okay.
Okay. And should I add my gate score wherever I'm eligible through gate?
Okay, so these universities, I think they have criteria of 90 percentile. Am I right, Saurabh sir?
Yeah.
They just want more than 90 percentile. But I would say my experience, if not required and you don't have very good grade score, don't mention it.
Don't
I'll say.
submit it.
Like I actually, I mean, I applied for IIT Guwahati. There, they converted my score to percentile, and it came around 97.4 something.
That is good. That is good. You can apply. So what happened? Let me tell you my experience when I was applying
Mhm.
for PhD in one of the university in USA, that is University of South California. They wrote like GRE is not required. I
Mhm.
had GRE score, but that is not very high. Okay, so
Mhm.
I submitted that GRE score.
Mhm.
I was talking to one professor. Everything was settled up. I was about to get admission. In the last, he told me like your GRE score is less. That's why we are not
Oh,
able to hire you. So I was saying like GRE is not required. I just submitted,
and it
just like that,
backfired.
and you are taking that as criteria. He didn't
Mhm.
reply. I can't do anything now. So
Okay.
this is the thing. If it is not required, don't submit it.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not required, and you don't have a good score. You don't just submit it.
Yeah.
Actually, percentile depends on the number of candidates and my ranking, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
So my ranking is around 2517,
You can
I guess.
submit. 97 percentile is very good. You can submit. I mean,
Okay.
if you have 91 or 90 point something, then don't submit it. I'll say.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And write an SOP, and GRE is. Should I prepare for GRE, or IELTS is enough?
I think no need for GRE. This in NTU masters by coursework, no need to GRE. And if you have gate score, then no need of GRE in this four
Exactly.
five
If you're
universities.
targeting for NTU only, like
Yeah.
either GRE or GATE. So
Okay.
if you already have the GATE score, you don't need to appear in GRE. Just
Okay.
focus
But
Just
on
yeah,
IELTS.
one thing is if you are applying for US, Canada, not Canada, but if you are applying for
Mm-hmm.
US, then GRE is required. Their gate score is not valid for masters.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You
I
have to
think
keep this point
only
in mind.
Germany and Singapore they
they
consider like this.
consider
Okay,
GATE score.
then I think it's not required GRE.
Okay. So basically IELTS, SOP, and apply
I'll
before
SOP
deadline.
CV and check the university website if there is any other requirement. This is what you have to
Okay.
do.
CV is also required.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
CV
letter
is
of
everywhere
recommendations are
required.
also required. So you need to have
Okay.
the letter of
Yeah.
recommendation from your professors.
Even before
Um,
I get selected.
Yeah,
yes.
during the
Okay. Okay.
during the application only, when you are
Okay.
submitting the application.
And it should be from my like BE college, right? BTech, where I did my MA.
It's not mentioned over there. It's just that those who are writing your letter of recommendation, they should be professionally connected to you, not
Hmm.
personally.
Hmm. 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 Hmm.
That's the
Okay.
only mention.
Okay.
Then what kind of interdisciplinary courses are available for civil students? Like in some IITs, there is data science and AI. So is there any such courses which is interdisciplinary in NTU or any other universities for
Uh,
1 year?
okay. See, in NTU, they don't say that if you're applying for like if you're applying for machine learning, you should have a background of computer sciences. It's not like that. it's just your choice. If you want to go into machine learning, you can apply in that. So if you want to apply in AI or in any other field, you can apply. You don't need to have any
Because
background and all.
in the requirement they have said at least a good relevant bachelor's degree.
Like, see, you are applying for masters by coursework, they won't ask you anything.
So, sir, should we like is there any platform where we need to prove our proficiency in these interdisciplinary branch
No,
before getting selected?
no. For masters
Okay.
by coursework, it's not required. You
So
can
they
get
just take us
and
and they ensure that we'll learn everything.
yeah.
Okay.
But in TUM, they check your BTech coursework.
Yes,
If their subjects does not match, they will
yes.
not accept you.
So NTU Singapore is different, but mostly universities, there are some hidden criteria which they will not going to share with you, but they will check these things like if your BTech courses are matching, you have some background, they will accept you. Otherwise, you have to mention very clearly in your SOP why you want to change this thing or why you want to go in that particular domain. You have to justify that. Okay. So it's
Sir,
like this. Yes.
sir, what chance I have in TU Munich, sir? Like
You have chances everywhere. If you have 9.1 CGPA, you have chances everywhere. Just meet the deadlines and apply, I would say. Okay.
sir,
In TU
because
Munich,
I'm
like, yeah.
gate score, I'm not having the correct gate score, and TU Munich is asking for gate score, no, like 438. So that is
What
around
is the
90,
percentile?
93.
Yeah, they just need more than 90 percentile. Last year, one student went there. He has gate score of 430 and his percentile is same, I think, whatever you have. So he
Okay.
got admission. There is one interview. Okay, so in TU Munich there are two things. Like if your credentials are very good, they will directly give you admission. But if you are like on the border, they will have an interview with you. So that student had one interview, and they asked some technical question. If you crack that, then they will select you, and he got selected.
Yeah, yes, sir. I checked that video on YouTube, but he is having some experience of research on artificial intelligence. In that sense, I'm
That's
not
true.
having. Yeah, that's I was not having. I don't have that much of background.
Like there is no hard and fast rule every year. Okay, so without applying, there is no chance. One thing you have to understand. So I think you have to take chance if that university you think is very good and you want to be there. Just take chance. It's like matter of money, and you will forget about money after 5 6 months. So just take chance.
Okay,
Okay.
sir. So for that, I need to just give IELTS exam.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, sir. But
And
I'm
IELTS
also
is
having.
not required in TU Munich if your previous education is in English language. So IELTS and TOEFL is also not required. In TU
Okay.
Munich only I'm talking about. Yeah.
Okay, sir. And I'm also having an experience of 1 year, so that will work there. Shall I write?
Yes, that would help you.
Even if the field that you are, at which you are applying at and the field you have worked at are different. For example, I have worked in SAP, but my interest lies in data science. So these fields are not quite related.
So every person wants diverse research experience. If you ask me, I worked for 3 years in one particular domain, and now I'm doing PhD in completely different domain. But my professor gave me some preference on the basis of my work experience. So generally, graduate committee and all, what they check, if you have work experience, they know like you have good communication skills, you know how to be disciplined because you are working for 8 9 hours daily. So that things they will basically get from your work experience. They are not interested like whether you're working in same domain or different domain. Okay. So don't
Okay,
worry,
and
don't think too much about this thing. Yeah.
yeah, and regarding that MS research, unfortunately, I don't have any publications during my BTech. So
Mostly students don't have. This is not unfortunate. I mean, this is very
Yeah,
common.
most of the students don't have this.
Not having MTech also, I'll say.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter. Like if you don't have publication, it doesn't matter. Just show your project very well, whatever you did. If you get chance, show it in your CV and show it in your SOP if you get chance. That's it. I think they don't want much
okay,
from you.
and regarding that, since you have gone both to IITs and abroad. Can you please tell me the difference between the quality of research that is being done abroad?
It's very, you are asking very subjective questions. So actually, if you ask me, education-wise, there is no difference. Like whatever I was learning in IITs, whatever I was doing research in IITs, similar kind of work I'm doing here. Here, only thing is funding is more for research. The main difference, what I feel, that is in job market. Okay, so I did my masters from IIT. I get a job which is like best job in R&D sector of mechanical engineering in India. Like there was no job better than that. Okay, obviously salaries are different in different companies, but job role wise it's same everywhere. So the thing is, whatever job roles you will get in Indian corporates, that is different than whatever you get in US. So when I was working, uh, basically there is one person who's sitting in US. Okay, we are doing each and every simulations, every technical thing we are doing here. Then we have to make a presentation and send to the person who's sitting in US. He's the one who's basically going through our presentation and take decision. We are not getting that power in which like we are taking the decision. So for me, that is the most frustrating thing. This is the only difference. Like if company is US based, they will never give you proper R&D in India. They will never do that. In India, like they are saying it is R&D, but actually these are support centers which are supporting US R&D or Germany R&D. Okay, so something like that. This you will learn over the time. So this is the only difference. This is the my only motivation to come to US. But quality wise, whatever I was learning in IITs, I can say like in IIT Kanpur it was more difficult than here in US
Yeah.
coursework and research. This is
Okay.
my perspective.
Actually, I am been working for more than 2 years, so it's quite frustrating if they don't give you that main role. So
Yeah,
that
it's
thing
your
is important.
personal choice. Like there are a lot of people with me who are enjoying that job roles. It's your personal choice. It was my personal choice, and it's also your personal choice.
Yes, yes. Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Any other question?
Sir, is the
Yes.
yeah, sir, is the 1 year master's course in NTU or in fact in Cranfield, is it equivalent to will they consider it as 2 years masters in anywhere else worldwide? Like for example, if you are applying for PhD in
Uh,
USA, so will it be considered as two
yeah,
years masters?
It is
I'll
considered as
say it is. I'll say like it depends on your goal. Like if you want to go in job market, this 1 year course is fine. I'll say it is best. Like do go because in 2 years also you will learn same amount of things. Okay, so do it in 1 year and go into job market and earn money. In PhD, if you want, I mean, like you can be in some research group for some more time. But in this 1 year course, also people are publishing papers. If you are able to, I mean, it depends on your interest. If you are a serious student, you can do research in 1 year also.
yeah,
So
a lot
if
of
you
people
ask
in
me, I also did my research in
yeah.
4 or 5 months only. Yes, sorry, sir, you're saying something.
Actually, I was saying that in NTU, you will find that a lot of MSc students are there who are working under some professors in some research group, and they are published papers, and they are also paid for that. So that's one of the good things.
Yes. And in IITs, what happened, like what my professor was doing initially 1 year, he didn't ask you anything. He'll say like do course and come after 1 year for thesis. Okay. In US, Singapore, what happened in UK also, they will do everything simultaneously. Like, it's not like now you're doing coursework, so don't do research. In my PhD, from the very first day, I'm doing research parallelly with my courses. So I think this is most efficient way, like do it in 1 year, because later on if you ask me, my MTech, I did work for 3 4 months only, which I will consider like I did work. Okay, so yeah, it's equivalent. I'll say you can apply for these courses. These are good, easy to get, and you will get the career. That's
Yeah.
what I think about these courses.
So if you don't want to get into research field, then you should prefer this. So if you want to
Yeah.
get into the research background, or if you, like thinking of going for PhD further, so then you should prefer masters by research work. So that that will help you.
So,
Okay, sir. Sir, then you, sorry to interrupt. So, what you mean to say is that by taking the 1 year's course, it will be difficult to go for PhD after that. That's what you're trying to say, sir.
It's not difficult. See, if you talk about the NTU, there are some research associate research associate position or project officer position. So they are like some students who have completed their masters by coursework. They go in that work, and after that they go for PhD. Like you don't have any research experience, no. So if you want to go into research, you should have some research experience that you will get in these type of like being into a research associate or a project officer. So it's like kind of like that. They are they prefer taking students who have some experience. So if you are into the coursework, you don't have the experience, so you need to have some experience. So they in that case you should have some experience. So it's kind of bit difficult if you want to go into
I have observed one more thing in US. So if the professors are hiring PhD candidates, okay. So if you are from these type of universities, Cranfield, NTU, basically they will give you some preference because here in US professors have this thing in their mind, like if you are coming from South Asia country, mainly like India, Bangladesh, China, so you don't know how to be professional. And at some extent this thing is true also, because we like professors are very lenient in India, but if you're working in this universities, NTU, Cranfield, even for 1 year, you know how to do work professionally. So sometimes they give preference to these candidates from these universities. So I'll say, like, if you're getting chance for doing masters from this much top ranking universities, then obviously you should go. Don't think about 1 year or 2 year courses. Okay.
So, one last question. So, given the time constraint, I mean, as you said, we have to apply by July, right? I was thinking only the only option I have is NTU because I have GATE scores, not GRE. So, in NTU, the master is in coursework. What is the capital that we should have for that 1 year economically? And I'm not interested in. I mean, right now I don't see myself doing research work. I want to get placed or something. I mean, so what's the chance for that in NTU?
You will easily get into that course, but the capital which you need to have in your hand is around around 20 lakh rupees.
Okay.
And Saurabh sir, like, is there any option to do part-time jobs during masters in
Yeah, you can do that. Like 14 hours per week you can do.
And that is sufficient for living expenditure per
Yeah,
month?
exactly. Like you
So
can make $500 per month. So $500 is enough for your expenses, like living expenses.
And this is 20 lakh is just for education expense or also for living expense?
No, it's only for the education fees. Only the fees in that.
Okay,
so
so
mostly
for one
master's student, they basically, I mean, for cost of living, they basically do part-time jobs. It's
Okay.
it's same everywhere. Like in US, Canada, they are doing part-time for living expenditure.
Okay,
And
and
for education, yeah.
And after
Go
1 year,
ahead.
I mean, what are the job roles that we can get after 1 year masters in coursework?
You should ask job salaries instead of job roles.
Better to ask job salaries. We can help you with that more.
Okay, I
What
mean,
are the
it's
salaries,
Okay.
Saurabh sir, after this one?
It's the average around 600 SGD. Sorry, 6,000 SGD. So in
And
Indian
that,
rupees, it's around 3.5 lakhs.
wow, and it is guaranteed.
It's almost 99% of the students get it.
Okay, it depends on my work over there, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
See, because I have a lot of my friends who are doing their master, like who enrolled in last August, and they are about to finish this May or this June they will finish. So like all of them has got placed.
Okay.
Okay, so we have 10 more minutes if you have any question. I see question only from few students. Okay, yeah, go ahead if you have any question.
So is there any universities for MS which take admission through with a GATE score and not GRE and IELTS score? because I am having a very low score, around less than 400 score out of 1000. So is there are any universities for MS?
I think you joined this session late, I believe, because we are talking about this thing only from the very beginning.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I am little bit late,
Okay.
sir. Due to I am giving a mock test of IIT Bombay. Due to that, I am
Okay. Oh, you have mock test. Okay, that's why I'm thinking like
We
generally in
can
this
watch
type
the
of
recording of
sessions.
the session.
Okay,
Sir,
yeah,
yes, sir.
I'm going
Sir,
to
can I get
upload it.
recording?
I'm
On
going to
panel, sir.
upload it on YouTube. So you can check on YouTube also.
Okay, sir. Okay, no issue. Thank you, sir.
So
So
regarding IELTS,
yeah,
can you suggest how should we prepare, or like the resources that we should follow?
Your PDF provides some courses for IELTS, right?
yeah, join your
Okay.
video.
that will be more than enough, huh?
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
IELTS and TOEFL are very easy exam compared to GRE. GRE takes some
Yeah.
efforts, but IELTS and TOEFL is very like 20 to 25 days are sufficient to give this exams.
And which one is preferred, IELTS or TOEFL? Like which one should I give for NTU?
You can give both, but IELTS is little bit easier than TOEFL. So generally students go for IELTS.
Okay.
But you can give both, like everywhere both are valid, TOEFL and IELTS.
Okay. And for applying into NTU, their website, like doing my research over their website is enough, right? I shouldn't refer to any other
Yes,
sources.
every college, like everything is there on their website. Okay.
Yeah. Some
Okay, sir.
terms may be different, but yeah, they have the enough information on the website.
Where you need help is basically SOP, CV preparation,
Yeah.
IELTS preparation. These things you need, but applying and all you can do by yourself.
Okay, and all these SOP, because we are used to writing SOPs for IITs, and which is, I think, very different from writing an SOP for abroad, right?
Abroad, like SOP has lot of weightage. If there is SOP in some university, there is a lot of weightage for that. So as abroad SOP, generally we also spend lot of time on that. So you should write it very, very well.
So what do you recommend? How should I make my SOP better? Like what practices should I do, or what should I prefer? Anything?
There are a lot of things on internet you can read over that, but if I have to say something, then I'll say like write more and more personal experiences in your SOP. That would be better.
Academic experiences, right?
Yeah, begin from
yes,
your bachelor's
obviously.
and into the journey to your next coursework, and have a coherence between all of them.
Okay.
So that should be the main criteria.
Okay. And we can apply for 2 different courses at the same time.
Yeah, you can do that. But
Okay.
for that, you need to submit 2 applications.
So
And
2
that
time fees.
cost.
Yeah, 2 fees.
Okay.
So that,
what do you prefer? What would you suggest me to go for? Should I stick on to my core civil engineering, or should I go to data science? Because that
Data
is
science. I would say data science.
yeah,
Obviously.
data science as the future. So you can go for that. But yeah, do you have any prior experience with that? Like,
no.
So
I can learn Python and something I can do within these 2 months, but right now I don't have any experience, or I can't even relate.
But I'll say like if you clarify this thing in your SOP and all, if it is there, then that is sufficient, because master students generally they don't have experience in data science, because these are the things you are going to learn in your masters. Okay, so they'll give you admission on the basis of your previous credential. If they ask for SOP, write a good SOP in that clearly mention why you are interested in data science. So something you have to mention why you are interested, why you want, what's your motivation. Yeah.
And don't worry, if you don't have the background of your, like, if you're from civil engineering, though they don't say that, yeah, like we won't take you because you're from civil engineering, you don't have any data science background. It's not like that. They don't say. So
They do take civil engineers also.
Yeah.
Sir, I just saw on their site that at least a good relevant bachelor's degree would be required for data science. So that relevant
Would be
degree
required is never mentioned. Would be recommended. They always write would be recommended. So yeah. Like
Because the
most
application
thing,
fee is very much high, so you need to be sure
yeah,
about this
that's
thing,
true.
okay, they will
That is
consider or
actually
not.
that is actually advantage for you guys because mostly students are not applying due to high application fees. And in this session, Saurabh are clearly mentioning like this is very easy to get this MS by coursework. So you are the people who are going to apply. So I'll say take chance. Don't think about money. Okay. So think about most of the students, they are not relevant to data science because nowhere in bachelor's for not for mechanical, civil, or electronics, electrical, material science, they're not teaching data science in the bachelor's. So everybody's at same level. So you can apply, just write a good SOP if you get chance. Okay.
So
So
can we? If we are into
actually,
this,
I want to take somebody else's question because
sure,
you
sure.
already asked a lot of questions. So if anybody else want to ask question, you can come first, and then I'll take Akshay's question in the last.
Yes, sir. Sir, I have one question. Sir, can I take admission using a medium of instruction certificate? Like I have a medium of instruction certificate as English issued from university, but I have not given any exam like a GRE and TOEFL. So is there any chance to get admission using this certificate only, or otherwise I have to give exam also?
In NTU, it's not possible. You have to give either IELTS, TOEFL. But in TU Munich, if you have GATE score and your previous education is in English language, you can apply in TU Munich. There you have chances. But I suggest everyone like at least give this English proficiency IELTS exam. It is very easy. Prepare for 20 days and give it because it will open a lot of scope for you. Okay.
You have time, like
So it means majority of the universities take admission only through like a GRE and all that exam.
No, majority of university don't take through GRE, but this is required. Like English proficiency is required, but still there are some universities where IELTS and TOEFL is also not required. So you can apply in Cranfield also. We are helping student in applying for Cranfield. So you can apply in Cranfield. You can apply in TU Munich, and other university you can check on their website. They clearly mentioned like whether it is required or not required. Okay. GRE mostly is not required, but IELTS TOEFL is mostly required in most of the universities. Yeah.
No, sir, but only if I have only GATE score and this medium of instructions certificate, then is there any chance to get admissions? Or
in TU Munich there are chances.
Less?
In TU Munich there are chances. In Cranfield there are chances, but I'm not sure about other universities. Okay.
See, and so approximately the applications because of the IELTS, like they don't have IELTS score, so they have rejected. They write on their website that if you have the English, like if you have studied the subject in English, then it's okay. But they have rejected the applications, so don't take the chance.
Okay, sir. So according to you, how much time is required to prepare for these examinations? Because I have not, we have not given these exams earlier also.
So it depends on your speaking skill. If you are preparing for IELTS TOEFL, if you are a little bit okay with English speaking, then I'll say 20 days are sufficient. Yeah. I myself prepared for 7 days only for TOEFL exam. So it depends on your actually proficiency level, how much you are proficient in English. And apart from speaking, it's okay. Like it's fine if you go through if you go through syllabus once, then it's fine. Like you can give in 15 days also. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Any other question from anyone? Or I can take, I think we have
time for only one
course?
Question. Just last one. For civil engineers, there is 2 courses which I have seen. The Master of Science in International Construction Management and one is in Project Management. So
I think
how
Saurabh
would be the
is also
placement
not
scenario of this?
Saurabh sir, do you know about civil? I think he's also not from civil background. So
I'm not from civil, but yeah, you can look for the courses.
Best way is like go to LinkedIn, search some students who are already there in civil department. Just shoot a message. They will help you. I mean, like out of 5, 1 will help you in these type of questions. Okay. Okay, so one last question. If anyone has, who they can ask, or otherwise, Akshay, I'll take your question. Last question. Yeah, Akshay, go ahead. I think.
I just wanted to know that since I'm very much interested in NTU admission,
Mhm.
if needed, how can I contact you guys in future, in this near future?
Regarding what? I mean, like,
If any
uh,
doubt,
you can contact Dr. Vijender. Like, I think
okay.
you got contact from him, right? Link from him for this meeting.
Yeah,
So yeah, so they will. He will connect you with us.
okay. Thank you, sir.
Similar to NTU, does NUS also provide 1 year master coursework?
Yeah, NUS also provide the same courses.
And the process is also similar.
That process is also the same.
Okay, so yeah, I think we already talked for 1 hour. So thank you very much, Saurabh sir, for this informative session. I hope a lot of doubts will be clear for students. And thank you everyone for joining this session. Maybe it's required if we will talk again to Saurabh sir if it is required in future. If you have any doubt, queries, talk to Dr. Vijender. He will communicate with me. Okay. So all the very best
Thank you,
for
sir.
your careers, and
If
thank you,
possible, please
Saurabh, sir.
upload this recording also.
Yeah, I'll upload this one.
Okay,
Don't
okay.
worry.
Thank you.